It's Mike Farrell, Rivals.com with Adam Gorney, National Recruiting Director. I am the national columnist for Rivals, and 20 years of Rivals. We're looking back on some of the most interesting stories. Jadaveon Clowney is where we're going to start here. I know it's most interesting for you because it made you fly across the country from California all the way to the Shrine Bowl to do one interview with Clowney because I was too lazy to do it. But aside from that, and we could talk about that experience, the best player I've ever seen in person, got to see him numerous times in person, and snap anticipation was great. But the recruiting process was interesting as well because he delayed it, and a lot of guys who delay it beyond signing day make things dramatic, but we always knew it was going to be South Carolina for him. So what was your impression of him when you met him?
Yeah, he just looked like an NFL player right off the bat. It was incredible. And it looked like every time, and I've said this before, it looked like every time the ball was snapped, he was offsides. That's how fast he was once the ball was snapped. There was not an offensive tackle in the country that had any prayer against him. And I would say he was the best that I've ever seen too. There have definitely been others that have dominated, but he was just unstoppable in a physical sense. And just the way he played the game, he was so athletic and such a freak of nature at defensive end that it really did look like he had gotten into the backfield even before the ball was snapped every single time.
Yeah, and I think in that Shrine Bowl, he drew at least 5 holding penalties. There could have been 10. It was freezing. I mean, it's so cold that year. So that's another reason why I'm glad I made you come across country. But the interviews I remember with him were so fast because first of all, he didn't want to talk. And secondly, it was so cold that your interview with him probably lasted 3 minutes, the Shrine Bowl?
Yeah, I had flown across the country. I had just gotten to California, had to fly from LA to Atlanta. Then I think I flew into Spartanburg, if they even have an airport. Greenville, yeah. Yeah. And so I got into there. After one practice, I walked with him off of a practice field to a bus, and he hardly stopped as he walked onto the bus for the last quote. That was the extent of me talking to him, but it was definitely worth just seeing him in person. It was incredible.